Hello and welcome everybody to yet another Access OS session. Today we're going to talk about vulnerability management. So let's get the ball rolling. My name is Andre and with me I have Benjamin, and together we are with the Access OS product management team. So in this session you will learn how we work with vulnerability disclosures, the best practices we implement, and what you as a customer, end user or system integrator need to know about handling vulnerabilities and access products. So welcome Benjamin, good to have you on board.
Hello everyone.
So let's start with the basics. Vulnerabilities are flaws in software that, when left unpatched, may degrade the cybersecurity level of a product. That in return increases all sorts of risks. In general, vulnerabilities and the management thereof matters and should be addressed accordingly. So if you're involved in maintaining a security system consisting of access products, then the following slides are definitely for you.
Alright, let's kick this off with giving some insights on how a vulnerability disclosure is working behind the scenes at Access. We can divide this into 5 different phases. We start with the incoming report from a security researcher working for a pentest company, authority, or simply an ethical hacker that wants to help us. Access confirms receiving the submission within 2 business days, and it will take up to 10 business days to review the submission and performing verification of what has been submitted. If the submission is valid, a CVE ID is registered and the reporter will get financially rewarded through our bug bounty program if within scope. We then start working on a patch, having a very tight collaboration with the reporter to ensure we are patching the vulnerability according to expectations. Important here is to understand that we only move on when we have an agreement with the security researcher on all details such as severity and disclosure date. We then finally have the patch day. That is when you, our customers and system integrators, firstly might see the CVE ID mentioned in a release note. Depending on the severity, we are providing patches first, allowing time for applying software updates in the field before we later on disclose the vulnerability through a security advisory. Last but not least, we are sending out email notifications to inform proactively.
So let's have a look at the information that Access provides with a vulnerability disclosure. So upon disclosure, we're providing a security advisory that explains briefly the vulnerability and clear steps for you to take action on. The same information will also be published within the CVE program together with the CVE ID. This is important since many databases, vulnerability scanners and news outlets will receive up-to-date information on these newly disclosed vulnerabilities. So the CVE program and their platform help here in spreading the news. Also, the email notification from Access is sent out to customers and system integrators that are subscribed, so that essentially they're getting alerts on newly disclosed vulnerabilities from Access so that they can take action on them.
Now that you know our process and how we handle vulnerability disclosures in practice, it's important to note that this approach has evolved over time. Implementing industry best practices is a gradual process, and our strategy has been to learn from how other technology companies manage this. A great example is Access joining the CVE program and becoming a CVE numbering authority. When talking vulnerability management at Access, we also reflect on the insights gained from studying established industry leaders, which allowed us to continuously improve and strive for being best in class in the physical security industry.
A couple of key principles that we have established over time are worth mentioning here. To start with, we're always prioritizing the safety of our customers and their systems in this process. Therefore, we will never provide any detailed technical information on vulnerabilities that would help reverse engineering exploits for the bad actors. Security advisories are not for conveying all the details. They are there to deliver a simple message: update. And on the other side, we're welcoming every help we can get to make more secure products. Access will not turn against researchers that are trying to help Access. We are a safe harbor and protect ethical hackers and security researchers in the same way as we protect our customers. So if you find a vulnerability in our products, we want to know it and we want to reward you for that. And as a CVE numbering authority and member of the CVE program, we're committed to follow the best practices and guidelines that are coming from the CVE program. And we are grateful to be part of this big community and the knowledge sharing that comes with it.
So now we are coming to the part that is probably most interesting for you. The part for responsibilities that you have in order to make vulnerability management in Access products work. You should be subscribing to the security notification mail service in order to get notifications of when we are disclosing vulnerabilities, so that you know when to patch things. Also, bear in mind that almost every new software release could include patches that are cybersecurity relevant, so planning for recurring maintenance windows is a must to stay up to date. We are recommending to perform more urgent software updates based on the severity of a vulnerability, up to the point where immediate updates are recommended once a critical vulnerability is found. We also want to highlight one more time that we will not disclose more technical information on vulnerabilities other than what is available through the security advisory. We do this to protect our customers and their systems. That concludes today's session. Soon we are back with the Access OS 12.3 release. Stay tuned for more content to come.
We hope that you enjoyed the session and leave you with a couple of links to explore around vulnerability management. Thank you for listening in and hope to see you soon again.